One fairly simple task, but one that's worth showing you, is how to import an existing project from Eclipse. Because there'll be times where I'm going to share code with you, and the easiest way to do that sometimes is just to give you the whole project, so you don't have to set up everything on your own. And by the way, when you give code to me, you can also share your whole Eclipse project, so I don't have to set it all up on my own. So to do that, we can do File and Open Project from File System, or right click. Uh, oh no, it doesn't show it right click. Okay, uh, here it should. That's new. Okay, well, File Open from Project System. We know that works. There's normally a couple other ways, but I'm not finding it. Right away. It's been a while since I use Eclipse on a daily basis, so there's some of these things I'm coming back to being familiar with as well. All right, so import source. So directory archive. So archive is looking for a zip file. So you can see in this case I have the raffleapp.zip. I could do that option, or if I have unzipped it, then I can say directory raffle app itself. Oops, sorry, and then I select that folder. So then this recognizes it as an Eclipse project. You can see import as Eclipse project right here, and I can hit finish, and it opens up this application. So this is going to be the raffle app is an exercise that you're going to be working with. In a little bit in another set of videos. So it has source already part of it, package already part of it, and here's a bunch of code. Notice it keeps all other projects open. Visual Studio makes you open a whole new instance of it if you want to have multiple projects open, you know, often. There might be ways of working around it, but that's the default mode. But Eclipse, you can have as many of these open as you want to. Uh, I generally will say you'll probably do a lot of projects in this class. Don't keep week one projects open taking up space, and don't make 4 or 5 or 6 different projects taking up space for each different week and then have them be open all the time if you're not going to be very, very mentally disciplined on which one you're working in. So if I click on here and I hit the run button, it's going to run the hello world. As opposed to if I click on here and hit the run button, it's going to run the raffle app, which in this case, notice it says an exception. Exception means the code didn't work, and this exception specifically is saying like it didn't work because I have a class here which is not implemented yet. You're going to go through and with guidance in the videos, you're going to code this class up. But excuse me, depending where you're clicked in the environment, I could be like saying like, hey, I want to, I fix some code here and I want to run this, and I hit the run button, and oh look, even though this is open, because my focus was over here, it ran the other application. So it's just something to be aware of with multiple applications. So you can keep them open; it's no big deal. You can also right click over here and say close project. It doesn't go away, it just isn't active. So now if I run this, um, notice I've clicked on welcome. That's my focus. Oops, I just opened it because I double clicked it. I can say close project. It's still there, but then when I run it, it does not, it still runs the applications that I'm focused on. So if you want to keep them around, just close them so they're not going to cause you a mistake, confusion basically, working on the wrong project, or the running the wrong project or whatever, but they can still stay here. If you want it to go away entirely, you can hit delete, but do not click the contents on the disk. If you do that, it deletes out, wipes out everything, and it doesn't put it in the recycle bin. But deleting it will just make it go away, and then you can open up again, just like we showed with this project. All right, so that is how you can get started in the other projects, in other projects and pull them in. If you want to basically share a project, the easiest way to do that, is there. You can actually export stuff here. There's an option to export here, and you can export through a series of menus. My opinion is the quicker and easier way to do that is just to come to the folder E drive raffle. Let me just delete this one real quick. I right click here. I say send to compressed folder, and it's done. So just yes, I have to navigate to that folder, but it takes me 2 seconds at that point to go build the zip file. This is what you'll turn in. This is what you'll email. This is what you'll share to be able to get help or show people your work that way. To be fair, you can do it here as well. You can do export. And then you see there's a lot of options. So a jar file, nope, that's not what we want. Runnable jar file, nope, that's this is just the runtime stuff. You're going to always need to share your code as well. You can do a file system or archive file, and that's really the zip file we're looking for. And then from there, you can say, what do you want? I want everything here to an archive file. Then I have to hit browse and say where I want it to go. So I can say Java, let's just call it raffle app 2. It's the same thing, but just so you can see both of them. So again, you can do it this way. There's a few extra steps, a few extra clicks, a few extra other things to deal with, and then I end up with my file that essentially looks the same. I double click, we have RAPL app, we have, this is what the inside of a NetBeans project looks like, which is exactly the same as the RAFL app, except for, um, as I said, my opinion is this one's slightly faster. Um, it, so that is a little bit about loading stuff up in and getting stuff back out of Eclipse. Not all the way there yet, but again, your next step probably is going to be jump onto this raffle app fit set of videos, getting started with data structures. So now you know how to get this code up and loaded quickly and easily and make that task a little bit easier.